Everybody, it's Krista here to do your Valentine's Day reading. So this is for February 14th, 2018. This is for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're asking a direct question today, Scorpio. And that question is, how can Scorpio bring more romance into their lives? So I'm making a really nice distinction between sex, love, and romance right now. We're looking strictly at romance, which is the flirting stage, the butterfly stage, the are they thinking about me stage. It's the sweet element of sort of the murmurings of love, for example. And as we all know, sex doesn't have to include romance, and romance doesn't have to include sex. But if you want a sexy spread, let me know in the comments below. We'll do something around sex. In the meantime, let's look at romance. So we do have the moon moving through Aquarius on this day, and this is an air sign. This rules groups of people, large projects. It rules the mind, communication, unexpected changes, and it also rules wishes. So how can Scorpio bring more romance into their lives? We are doing a 9-card spread today. I'm being super picky about one card jumping out at a time. And this is a new spread for me. I've sort of played with this before in some of my private readings with regard to asking, or rather answering directive questions, and I have found it really useful. So we're going to do that for you. What can Scorpio do to bring more romance into their lives? And what I may do in the interest of time, I know that everybody's busy, myself included, I will shuffle and pull from the center of the deck for the final 4 cards here. And do let me know if you want longer spreads. So I normally did weekly spreads. That was just, I've decided to switch it up a bit, as you know, if you've been with me for a while. But what we can do is I will be doing monthly spreads beginning for March. And if you want longer ones because they are monthly, we can always do that. I'm not surprised to see skunk for you, I'll be honest. It's a very Scorpio card. Let's get into it. All right, so in your past, we do have deception here. This is really just spell binding, spell making. It's a little bit dangerous because it's a little bit manipulative here. It also could just mean manipulative for the sake of playing games, which is fun if both people are in on it, but that's not usually the case. Another way to read this is to say or do things that look romantic to the other person, or may look romantic to the other person when you have no what's it called? Not intuition, intention of moving forward with it. It's a little bit gamey here. So luckily that's in your past, and it's a time suck, right? Essentially, that's all games are. It's a time suck. I mean, again, I'm not judging. If you want to play them, play them. If people want to play them with you, great. But it becomes dangerous when only one person's in on it, and it's just very draining. And if it's love or affection or long-term relationship that you want, it's a massive waste of time. So it's nice that that's in your past. In your present, we do have the fox. We are looking here at camouflage. Really, this is just about not feeling comfortable wearing your heart on your sleeve when it comes to romance. Perhaps you're dealing with people who aren't trustworthy. We have the fox, another way to read this, fox ruling the hen house, for example. You know, someone may not have your best interest at heart here if you are feeling romantic about a specific someone. And I'm speaking of singles particularly right now, if you're coupled up, for example, I am happy to see this in your past. But with camouflage here, just make sure that this is fun and both people are in on it, okay? Here with your immediate future, we have transformation. This is gorgeous. This is you coming out the other side of something here. By your own hand. It's probably something you've been working through, or something you've decided you're able to finally work through here. And because this has to do with romance, this is gorgeous. This is you being able to feel that you deserve this and you're willing to play the game of love or of romance, so that both people benefit. And it's a long game, right? Like the game of romance, especially if you want something long term out of it, if that's what you've decided you truly want, it's a long game. So it's a very beautiful thing here. But again, you want to make sure that you're both on the same page if that's the case. Otherwise, it's going to feel like only one of you is trying, and that's going to add resentment to the situation. Here in your foundation, so this is what's creating all of this here, and this is diversion. This is where I'm seeing that there could be, so again, I'm going to speak directly to singles, for example. We're looking at diversion. I feel very strongly you're unclear about what you want. And again, if you're gamey, great, as long as you're both down with it. If you're not, someone potentially could get hurt in a variety of different ways. If you are in a couple, it could be like you're trying to avoid something here, avoid coming clean about something, avoid facing something or getting to the heart of a romantic matter here. But, you know, my question, if that's the case, would be why? Like, there's nothing to benefit from that. And a really nice romantic gesture would be to actually be vulnerable with your partner. So maybe if vulnerability is needed here, if you are coupled, it would be a really nice week to do that. And then you give your partner an opportunity to shine, right? To show their true colors and show how much they appreciate you and how they appreciate the romance. Here we have in your outside influence or crowning influence, this is the woman medicine. This is really the flirt, the coquette. This is an extremely flirty card. If you are a woman, you could just be sort of like throwing this around a little bit. I do have my eye on the skunk right here. Literally, this is like sex, right? These two cards together, this is reputation, which is really, the authors who wrote the book, the story about the skunk is really just calling in a partner in a romantic or in a sexy way that you're unwilling to be romantic with. And this is the romance card. So I just really feel strongly that whether you're coupled or not right now, you're kind of like unsure about what you really want on some level. And I believe very strongly that if you just figure that out, you'll get it. So just maybe take some time to figure that out. If this is for couples, for example, it could be the woman in your life is extremely attractive to you, more so than she has been in quite some time, or she's making herself more attractive for you this week. In the unexpected position, we have bear. This is introspection, right? Unexpected to the situation could be going within to find answers right now. If you're coupled and you do have to get over a diversion tactic here or find how to be honest and vulnerable in a romantic setting, it could be, the answer is always within, so I would suggest doing this anyway. If you're single, maybe figure out what you really want by going within as well. Here we have hawk, and this is your secret power. This is messenger. You could be the messenger of romance this week. Someone could really benefit from hearing the truth from you. Messenger is always truth, by the way. Messenger doesn't carry secrets, and it doesn't tell lies, and it certainly does not gossip. And all those things are low vibration anyway. So let's get high vibration, okay, Scorpio? And let's get into being the messenger of romance. Stop worrying about outcomes. Stop worrying about the what ifs, okay? Just live in the moment and have fun. This is one thing that's certainly missing from romance. When I see it around me, it's like everyone's so serious about romance. It's just like, have fun, relax, enjoy it. Stop. If there's control issues, you want to really look at that and get to the root of that. Skunk is your wish card. And again, this is the sex card. This is being sexy. This is putting out sexual energy that may or may not be well received, or it may be given to the person who either doesn't deserve it, can't return it, or is unavailable to you. So be aware here that any sexuality that you're projecting here is being met with open arms in a romantic setting, so that you're not wasting. You don't want to waste time. Nobody has time for this. You have better things to do. So don't waste this on somebody who doesn't deserve it. Make sure that they want this from you, and you want to share your sexuality with that specific person, and then run with it. And here with your probable outcome is snake. This is transmutation. So again, we have transformation, transmutation. It could be that through the romantic experience, this week that you could be transformed, or you could have a change of heart or an experience that transforms you romantically this week. Look at that. You actually get the romance card from the Healing with the Angels, and then we'll pull one more card for you. So romance is definitely on the mind. Again, not surprised to see both the coquette or the flirt and the actual sex card for my Scorpios. You do rule sex and death. I am not taking these. I made a pact with myself, one card only. So I'm just looking for one card, please, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, Scorpio rules the 8th house. Of course, that's sex and death. That's other people's money, transformative experiences, afterlife, that type of thing. So in the interest of time, my dear Scorpio, I'm having a hard time getting one card out here. Let us split the deck. What have we got? Round and round. Romance, really kind of self-explanatory there. Romance is on the mind. Romance is in your future. Romance includes gentle touching, being vulnerable, looking into each other's eyes, understanding one another. It literally has nothing to do with sex. It's about flirting, getting to know people. So maybe half the battle this week is to sort of try to separate those two worlds for yourself and make it a little bit easier on yourself. Not that they can't be combined, but let's separate them when you go about behaving or looking, behaving a certain way or looking for a certain feedback. And here with round and round, this is the karma card. It could be that you're dissatisfied with something that's been going on over and over, and where you're really being asked here to go within and figure that out from within. It's not the other person. The other person's just fine. Or if they're not, there's something you can talk about, but you need to come to terms with whatever it is within yourself first. So that is your reading for the week. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you as always for tuning in. I will see you in the near future with some other spreads for you. Thanks as always for your support. Bye for now.